A power of fallen boundless self means the Supreme with His power, with His Shakti. With His Shakti, that is what it means, you see. Between the first and the last, nothing. Now it is this power, it is she or rather it in the language of the text. It is recalling, what does it recall? That she has come from the tenebrous womb. She has come from the darkness. Tenebrous womb again stands for the earlier night, eyeless muse, unbodied infinite, they are all tenebrous womb.
The night she is recalling.
She.
Okay, that she is coming from the tenebrous womb.
Yeah. Now a power of fallen bound. Now in this sentence, in this sentence, it is power.
The power coming from the tenebrous womb.
Yes. In this sentence, it is power, which is equivalent to the executive aspect of the being in the darkness. Between the first and the last, recalling the tenebrous room from which it came. It is this power which has come from the darkness.
From which it came. Who is the it? It's a power.
Power.
But if we continue after...
That it is here, it is from power. Between the tenebrous room from which it came. It means power. That it is for power. As I said, in this the description, power and force are with the pronoun it. Turn from the insoluble mystery of birth, because it is insoluble, therefore she is musing.
Who is turned?
It, she,
also, the power.
Power. Turn from the insoluble mystery of birth and the tardy process of mortality, and long to reach its end in vacant not. Now, this its, I will say, is different than this it. This its is for process of mortality. This it is for the process of mortality. She longs, she wants the process of mortality to end. Where end? Disappear into the vacant not. This vacant not is again that last nothingness. See, all that void, zero, nothingness, they are all equivalent here. So she wants, that power wants the process to end in the not. She is tired. What is all this? Creation after creation, I have been trying and doing something. Things are not moving forward. Let me go and sleep in my darkness. Forget about the whole thing, you see. Let there be dissolution. She is kind of frustrated. She is tired of doing the same thing again and again. So, it is a sort of a psychological state of this power which is preventing her to go forward. And they long to reach its end in its of the process of mortality. See, what is all this? Day after day, birth after birth, keep on doing the same thing again and again and again and again, and nothing is happening. So a power of fallen boundless self awake, she is of course awake between the first and the last, recalling the tenebrous room from which she came from the darkness, and she wants to go back to that, you see. Let me read what we have here. There is a fallen boundless self first, which is also the fathomless zero. Fallen, fathomless zero. There is a power of that fallen self. Inherently, it is this self's power awake and recalls the tenebrous womb, the last nothingness, from which that self's power came, from which she herself, it itself has come. That fallen self is the tenebrous womb. Fallen self is the tenebrous womb. It is the same thing. Zero, nothingness, fallen self, it has become zero. That power, see that it is stuck between two nothingnesses. Any problem? Yes?
Because what you explained before, till now, but I didn't understand that the power It's the tenebrous womb and it's the fathomless zero.
Yeah, the tenebrous womb is from what? What is the tenebrous womb?
I understand because you said now a power of fallen self.
Yes.
The fallen self, which is tired from
No,
this,
that will come.
cycle,
That will come.
coming.
That will come.
Okay. And this power of fallen self, it's recalling the tenebrous womb from
Yeah.
which it came.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is like every time in the cycle.
Now, what is that tenebrous womb?
Okay. I don't know.
No, it's there.
For me,
No, it is there. Tenebrous womb is that fallen self.
No, the fallen self.
Yeah,
it's
tenebrous womb.
the each time manifestation
Yes.
of the manifest being.
Yeah.
Okay. But he came from the tenebrous womb, which is the fathomless zero. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not himself who is the
No,
tenebrous womb.
see, because he has fallen asleep now. He is kind of, you can say, dead or whatever you want to call it. He is not there. He is not aware of anything at all. But his power is there. Now, that power, where from it has come? It has come from that fallen self. That fallen self is the womb of this power. That fallen, the power has come from where? From the boundless self. Fallen boundless self. It means that is its womb. Not convincing?
Maybe no, I don't know because if you read it as a
No, otherwise with what? With what will you link? With what you will link tenebrous womb? Where did it come from? It is the fallen boundless self. In this sentence, a power of fallen boundless self means fallen boundless self is the womb of this power. Because it is fallen, therefore it is tenebrous.
From which it came.
From which it came? That power. It stands for power.
It means he came from something. It's himself.
Yes.
It's himself.
Yeah, see, in Greek mythology, for instance, it is from the head of Zeus, Athena came out. In the biblical mythology, it is from the limb of Adam, Eve came out. See, in the biblical story, it is from that self the power is coming out. That is its womb.
But the self is also our self, no?
No, this is the infinite self.
The infinite self is also where we come from.
He is starting the
Ultimately.
it is the process of involution.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. But it is equivalent to the self, to
Yeah.
the self, capital S.
No,
And this
I'm not
self
reading.
has fallen, and it in the
It
evolution.
is the infinite has taken a plunge.
Yes.
The infinite has taken a plunge. Therefore, it has become fallen, boundless self.
And water.
It has become fallen, boundless self. Now, when the infinite has taken the plunge, it also means that his power is also always there with him. They are inseparable.
The power came with the infinite.
Obviously,
Okay.
they are inseparable.
So, but then it is not infinite anymore.
It is not infinite.
Anymore.
No, it is infinite still. You can't, if you remove something from the infinite does not leave its infinity.
It remains infinite.
Yeah, it remains infinite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From the full, you take out the full, and still what remains is the full.
So it is infinity and infinite there.
So that is the Upanishadic the verse. From the full, you take out the full, and what remains is the full.
Yeah. But this.
Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamivasishyate.
Look, but he talks about boundless self, the self boundless without any
Yeah.
boundaries, nothing.
Yeah.
So that self is fallen now down
Yeah,
into the darkness.
it has
of
fallen,
unconscious.
so it has become its opposite.
Right.
That is the involution.
Yes. But
Now that
self
involution
remains.
also, the involution also means along with the being, his power, his Shakti is also present.
So, yes, but the self still remains there.
No, now forget about that. We are talking about this part now.
Yeah, but I want to understand
Yeah.
that self is.
We are talking of, no, we are now talking of the last nothingness. Turn from the insoluble mystery of his, how it has happened, how I have come, the insoluble mystery of birth, that is the entire mystery of involution. That is here you have the entire mystery of involution. How has something who is so good, so beautiful, so nice, etc., become suddenly its opposite? That is the entire mystery of the birth, you see. And it is on that mystery she is musing, she is brooding upon that. We have said, eyeless muse.
But eyeless muse, it's the night.
Yeah, well, she is brooding on that night. Yeah. Womb from which it came, turned from the insoluble mystery of his birth, and a tardy process. Now, tardy process, it is a specific reference now to evolution of mortality and long. So she means here power. I am using the word she, but here the text says it. And long, you see, well, I got here.
Actually, power is Shakti.
Power is Shakti. Yeah, well, I will tell you, I got some examples here. 9.11. See, in some places you have got that, it standing for power. A power worked, but none knew whence it came. A power worked, but none knew whence it came. So he uses, now P here capital. P is here capital. And he is using the pronoun as it. It, you see. Then again there is another example, 42.12 and 13. Then came the presence of a seeing power. Then came the presence of a seeing power. It lit the impulse of the half-sentient flood. It lit. See, then came the pressure of a seeing power that drew circling, centered figure of a unitary union. It lit the impulse of the half-sentient flood. That it stands for that seeing power. He is using the word it again here, you see. And further, that strange observing power imposed its sight. Its sight again. So there are instances like that where power is carrying the pronoun it. It is used for that. In fact, there is something else we'll see again. Yeah, this is exactly what we are doing here. He sang 106.9. He sang, Narad is coming down and he is singing. He sang the inconscient and its secret self. Here it is the fallen self, secret self. Its power omnipotent, knowing not what it does. All shaping without will or thought or sense. That is exactly the description we are reading here. Its power omnipotent, knowing not what it does. It again for power. All shaping, she is shaping, will, thought or sense. Its blind, unerring, occult mystery. And darkness yearning towards the eternal light. So exactly the same description what we have here. And the darkness yearning towards the eternal light, and love that broods within the dim abyss and waits the answer of the human heart, etc. And then there is one more, 134.8. Then a calm power seated above our brows is seen, unshaken by our thoughts and deeds. Calm power unshaken by our thoughts and deeds. Its stillness bear the voices of the world. Its stillness, power. So here, He is using, in all these instances, he is using for power the pronoun it. And it is that power, now it is tired, look, this is happening, creation after creation, what is the use of all that? But of course there were 6 creations earlier. The mother says the 7th creation now, which is based on equilibrium, will not meet the same fate as of the earlier creation. Perhaps these earlier creations, they were not just in vain, they were sort of preparatory to bring the entire process to a certain point that can move forward rapidly. So 6 creations, they were dissolved does not mean that they didn't contribute to anything at all. They did, you see. And the tardy process of immortality and long to reach its end in vacant now. So when the power, I am using again, when the power herself is kind of tired of it and wishing, okay, let me retire, let me go back and disappear from here. What is this going on again, same thing.